shelter now become a house for civilians.
우크라이나 수도 키이우입니다. 공습 사이렌과 요격하는 소리가 도심을 뒤덮습니다. 러시아의 드론과 미사일을 동원한 공습이 시작됐습니다. 도심 곳곳엔 불길이 솟아오르고 주택가에도 드론이 폭발합니다. 시민들은 지하로 대피해 폭격이 끝나기를 기다립니다. 공습은 새벽까지 계속됩니다. 날이 밝자 화재 진압이 시작됩니다. 병원, 주택 등 민간인 지역이 큰 피해를 입었고 인명피해도 발생했습니다. 수도 키이우가 이번처럼 대규모 공습을 당한 것은 2022년 전쟁 발발 후 처음입니다. 그래서 전쟁이 더 격렬해지고 인명피해가 커질 것이라는 우려를 낳고 있습니다. 인천국제공항 입국장. 하얀 티셔츠를 입은 외국인이 나옵니다.
Welcome back, brother.
그의 가슴에는 반가운 얼굴이 환하게 웃고 있습니다. 우크라이나에서 이태석 신부의 사랑을 전하고 있는 아르멘 멜리키안 씨. 미국인 사업가입니다. 3년 전 전쟁 발발 후 우크라이나에 남아 노약자와 여성 300여 명의 생명을 구했습니다. 이때의 인연으로 이태석재단 우크라이나 지부장으로 활동하고 있습니다. 그는 한국 교원대 이태석 리더십 수업을 위해 한국에 도착했습니다. 이 자리에 아르멘 멜리키안 씨, 또 그 우크라이나를 여러 차례 다녀왔죠. 이태석 리더십 아카데미 구진성 대표 자리를 앉겠습니다. 자, 반갑습니다.
안녕하세요.
자, 공항 입구할 때부터 계속 이 옷을 입고 다니던데 왜 이 옷을 입고 한국에 왔습니까?
People were looking on me and they're trying to read what does it say, and I'm very proud to have this kind of opportunity to share with others the history of this great man, 이태석, and then my personal opinion, Korea can be proud of having such a hero, such a leader like 이태석, and I want more people to know about his story, because memory and memorizing him.
최근 러시아가 드론으로 대규모로 우크라이나 수도 키이우를 공격을 했는데 이제 우리가 화면에서 잠깐 봤습니다. 어느 정도로 피해가 큰지.
Before, Russia was targeting more military objects, military bases. So now civilian buildings become another target, and then citizens are in panic. Most of them are staying and living in shelters. So at the night time they sleep. We have a subway, under the ground. So at night time, almost all the city sleeps there. So shelter now become a house for civilians. At the beginning of war was not like that. So, but Russia changing the strategy. The reason why parliament or president office are not hit or directly, because air defense systems are protecting. But Russia constantly attacking that to see where there will be a weak point so they can target it. Every day now it becomes a common thing. From the minute that they shoot and then comes, it depends, because they are using different type of drones. If they shoot from the aircraft, this is the fast one, so it 45 minutes, sometimes even less. If it comes from the Russian side, it could take 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It depends what kind of drone they use. And then, because they're big ones, small ones, and then of course they use not only drones, they're using rockets. So, and then they have a big bombs, which is 500 kilograms. Those are the worst one, because they're using a plane, and then they just come from the plane and then goes directly to the target. So that one is like kind of 20-25 minutes you have before it had hurt the target. Usually it's like 1.5-2 hours. If it's a daytime, it can be once in a 6 hours, one attack, another 6 hours, another attack. So this is not something that you can be sure or you can guess. This depends on strategy. Sometimes they're just trying to see how air defense system are operating. So they shoot one, they see how it goes, and then they shoot another.
러시아가 이렇게 수도를 키이우를 집중적으로 공략한 이유가 뭐라고 보세요?
So they were thinking it would be easy task to just go and take Kyiv. After 3 years, they understand that this is not going to be easy. Even though at the beginning Russia called this special operation, they never call it war. So for them it was maybe a special operation, but now they realize it's not easy. They decide to change the strategy. In my understanding, changing the strategy, that means now they don't care. They shooting the civilians, they shooting the cities. Before it was more targeted military sector, but now why they're doing that? In my understanding, because they want people to be panic. So when you are in panic, you push your government to agree whatever the enemy wants to, because Russia now become an enemy for Ukraine. It's clear. So that's the reason why they are now targeting more civilians, because they understand that fighting on the front line, it's not game changing. They are losing. That's why they changed the strategy.
얼마 전에 우크라이나가 러시아 본토를 공격했다고 해서 지금 보도가 나오고 있습니다. 그래서 보도 내용을 보면은 암흑천지다 할 정도로 러시아가 큰 타격을 입었다고 지금 보도가 되고 있는데 이 러시아 본토 공격이 처음입니까?
I think Russia before that already started attacking to Ukrainian civilian targets or cities. It's not related to what Ukrainian army did, and this is not because they want to do that, because they have no other choice. They are trying to also somehow show the damaged Russians that if you don't stop with what you are doing, because people in Ukraine, everybody just want this war to be stopped, but it's not stopping, and they continue doing instead of negotiating or stop shooting to each other. Russia's now targeting civilian buildings or cities. That's why Ukraine somehow trying to give it's this kind of answer back to them, so they will realize that okay, maybe it's time to stop, and then Ukraine also can use some weapon against us. This is because Ukraine they don't have many choices. This is kind of they've been forced to react. This is the reaction. This is not an action. They are reacting against the Russian strategy. This Tomahawk, I think, might be helpful for Ukraine, because Russia now will know that Ukrainian has this weapon, and one day they can use it. I don't think it's necessary to use it now, but at least when Ukrainians will have, and then Russia will understand that they can be hurted, and then they can be punished also, that might be helpful for them to stop what they are doing. That's my personal opinion. Of course, if Russia continue what they are doing, Ukrainians are going to use this weapon because they have no other choice. They have to protect their land. If Russia will be successful in war with Ukraine, I think they will not stop there, because they are very angry on the support that Ukraine gets from European countries, especially I think the countries like Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, which was Baltic countries, and Russia always looking on them like one of their satellites. So in my understanding, if they will be successful what they are doing in Ukraine, they will not stop in Ukraine. Then they will continue going more and more. Why do you have to stop?
전쟁이 발발한 지 이제 3년이 넘었습니다. 앞으로 이 전쟁이 어떤 방향으로 흘러갈지, 또 언제 전쟁이 끝날지 정말 궁금합니다. 현재에서 머물고 있기 때문에 아르멘 씨께서는 이번 전쟁의 어떤 결과 어떤 식으로 전개될 것 같다고 생각하십니까?
Russia now very angry and become very aggressive. And then before, if there was some kind of no, we're just not going to hit civilian buildings. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Now they will do everything to justify their goal, and their goal is to capture Kyiv, to just take Ukraine, and then replace this government, to put it back. As you can see, Putin said that in his last briefing that they want to bring back the previous president to Kyiv. So if that's the goal, they will do everything for that. And it's kind of calm before storm, I would say. This winter is going to be a changing point. It's very important this winter. If Ukraine stays and then continue.
지금부터는 저희 이태석재단이 지금 우크라이나에 집무실을 설립을 했습니다. 2년 전에. 그동안 이제 전쟁으로 고통받는 주민들을 위해서 여러 가지 일들을 하고 있고요. 전에 갔었던 고아원, 그다음에 또 학교, 현재 어떻게 좀 교류가 되고 있습니까?
저희가 방문했던 고아원들이 몇 군데가 있고요. 최근에 지난 8월에 그 고아원에 세탁기가 없어서 미브니주에 있는 슈델 고아원에 저희가 세탁기 2대하고 그다음에 대형 TV 하나를 제공했습니다. 그 외에도 이 고아원의 아르멘 씨를 통해서 정기적으로 가서 뭐 학용품도 또 그리고 같이 있어주고 있고요. 그리고 고등학교인 그 코스터필 고등학교에는 제가 이제 축구공, 배구공, 운동용품도 제공해주고 있고 다양한 활동들을 좀 얘기 좀 하고 있고 좀 도와주고 있습니다.
그 아르멘 씨가 이번에 가져온 그 영상 중에 보니까 어떤 그 목사님인가요? 이렇게 이태석재단 팻말을 들고 차를 타고 이동하는 모습이 있던데 그분은 어떤 분이시고 어떤 활동을 하는 내용인지.
우크라이나에서 이 후원 사각지대에 있는 분들이 노인분들이에요. 이분들은 국가에서 빵이나 또 식량을 전혀 지급받지 못하고 있어서 저 이태석재단에서 이분들에게 일주일에 2차례씩 빵과 또 식량들을 좀 나눠주는 행사를 하고 있는데 아르멘 씨와 더불어 그 목사님이 계세요. 그분하고 같이 활동을 하고 있습니다.
That's why we choose to be focused, helping them, at least to share with the bread, as you can see. And then every time we start with 안녕하세요, and then all these people are studying some Korean words. Of course, every time praying for Korea, sending their warm wishes or greetings to Foundation.
우크라이나 현지에서 가장 필요한 것이 무엇인지 또 부족한 것이 무엇인지를 가장 잘 알 것 같습니다.
So now winter is coming, so there is big need for blanket, for pillow, because they don't have enough of those kind of things. If we're talking about older people, these forcibly relocated citizens, they more need the shelter and food. I will say for kids also will be very helpful, providing them some pen, marker, something that they can paint, painting album, anything related to that sector.
교원대학교에서 그 소감 수업을 하고서 좀 소감 한마디 좀 부탁합니다.
It was a great lecture. I've seen, and I'm very happy that Korea has future teachers because they were future teachers, and then the, I would say, environment and the questions that they sent it to me, forwarded to me, was very clever. So it was very nice. Thank you for giving me the chance to do this class yesterday.
네, 지금까지 아르멘 멜리켄 씨로부터 이제 그 우크라이나 상황에 대한 또 앞으로의 전망에 대해서 이야기를 들어봤습니다. 전쟁 정말 끝내야 됩니다. 이 전쟁의 피해자는 정말 힘없는 서민들이 아니겠습니까? 약자들이죠. 그렇지만 이 지금 우크라이나 전쟁이 점점 이렇게 이 강대국들의 어떤 대결의 장으로 치닫고 있는 모습이 안타깝기도 하고요. 정말 남의 일 같지가 않습니다. 아르멘 씨 다음에 뵐 때는 좀 더 건강한 모습으로 뵀으면 좋겠고요. 그리고 우크라이나 현지에서 진행되는 소식들 많이 전달해 주시기 바랍니다.
감사합니다. Thank you very much. Little gift for foundation. So this is traditional Ukrainian dress and with the traditional Ukrainian ornaments. So this shows for protection, it protects from evil. So that brings good luck.